Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, and for Golf WRX as well. And we wanted to, use this video today to celebrate our upcoming 100,000 subscribers. And we want to celebrate, we want to have a good time with this, of course. And so what we're putting up on our end, we're going to get you, so all you got to do is get yourself up here to Quebec City. We'll pick you up at the airport. We'll get you to your hotel. You got a 2-night accommodation at a local hotel here in downtown Quebec City. Just gorgeous, gorgeous spot. And transportation to and from the golf course, of course, as our guests. We're going to get you a half-day school. So in the morning, here's the day. You come in on the evening. We have a little breakfast together. We have a nice morning session here at the academy. We'll do an hour and a half on the full swing. And after you're all warmed up, a little short game, a little full swing, we're going to do a full fitting on your new Ping, G410 Plus driver. And so we're going to use the GC Quad here to get you all the right specs and get all the adjustments dialed in, the proper shaft, proper club head, proper loft, all the good stuff. So we maximize your launch conditions and your spin conditions to be the very best that you can be with the driver. And of course, the driver lesson is included. Then we'll have a break for lunch at our beautiful clubhouse here at the golf course and head out on the golf course in the afternoon and play a little round of golf together. How about them apples, huh? The next morning after breakfast, or before if you prefer, we're going to have our resident kinesiologist, Munashe Masawi, give you a full session evaluation on your fitness and give you a personalized fitness routine for you to improve the aspects of your body that you need to get your golf in order, okay? So, and then you want to come to the golf course and hit a few golf balls and, practice a little bit. You're my guest, and then we'll get you back to the airport and on your way home. So we'll have a few more additions, a little more surprises to that as we go along. We're going to pick the winner on New Year's Day 2020. And this is obviously for next season. So we want to be well organized to receive you next season. And over the next couple of months, over the next 3 months, or 4 months, I should say, all you need to do is put a comment right here in the box on this particular video if you want to enter. So all the comments on this video are going to be entering. And you guys on our premium channel, you get to have 2 entries, of course. So the best of luck to all of you, and I look forward to receiving you in 2020 here at our beautiful Golf Academy. For more information, go to our website, wisdomingolf.com. You're going to see all kinds of information on how you can come over here, and we're going to have some fabulous winter programs. If you guys want to come up, we have our new Winter Academy at the clubhouse, where our setup is in there with the GC Quad. And Munashe is there, and we're there, and we're working very diligently all winter to bring you the best for your golf game. And maybe sprinkle in a couple of trips here and there over the course of the winter. The skiing up here is fabulous, so anytime you want to come to Quebec City to visit in the wintertime, it's an absolute winter paradise. And we're there to help you out for your golf game at the same time. All right? So here's the video for today, where we're going to be talking about when is the best time to hinge in the backswing, early or late. And the answer, you'll notice, is very, very, very specific. You'll notice we have our perpetual motion drill. So if you were to hold your club upside down, this is our sword drill, by the way. So you hold the club upside down just above the club head at the bottom of the shaft. And imagine you got this little machete here, and you're going to slash through a bamboo shoot that's in front of you. So you wouldn't exactly do this, would you? That would not be a very sustainable way to do your work. So we're going through that bamboo shoot, and we're using the weight of the instrument to perform the task. So you notice there's a very specific way that your hand is going to release on the way through. And, you know, a very, very small fraction of a percentile don't really get this at first. So this is a very, very high rate of success. So this is how it hinges, right? Just like you're going fishing. So you gather the backswing, you give it a slash, and notice how it releases and rehinges on the other side. Now you can go in the other direction. Notice I'm coming through, the hand passes through the bamboo shoot first, then the blade, then the tip of the blade, then the release. So there's a release and rehinge on that side as well. So you notice how it folds and loads, folds and reloads, reload. So you see how that works? You do that the same with the lead hand. Release, see how it rehinges? Release. Notice when it releases that way, palm down, it stays a little more extended. And then as it releases through, it's got to fold so that it can supinate, rotate through. So without this rotation, you would get injured. You can't exactly hold on to the sword that way. And if you don't let the hand rotate, then the wrist is going to collapse, and then your grip is going to get pried out with the weight of that sword. So the rehinge is what slows it back down on the other side. So if you take your club in both hands now, and then you just cut the grass in both directions. Cut grass, cut grass, cut grass, cut grass. So you'll notice as you're cutting grass in both directions, there'll be a very specific place where you're going to cut the grass. Now, let's examine in slow motion what happens to the wrists as you go back and through. So as we're coming down, the weight shifts into the left side, clears, the hands come through first, then we cut through the grass, cut wide through the grass. Notice how wide that extension is. Then there's a release, and then there's a hinge. Now we're going back into the backswing. The right side plants, the hands come through first, then the shaft, then the heel of the club. Right about there is full extension. So notice where I am. Then the right arm folds out of the way and the wrists hinge. So the hinging of the wrists is basically around waist high, where the right arm folds out of the way and it activates that second pendulum. So if you hang on to it way too long, notice now that right arm is pushing you out of position, and now you're losing your posture and you're losing your tilt. You're going to have a really hard time going back toward the target. So if you hinge too early, well, then now you're cutting away at this beautiful arc. So now you hinge up and you're trying to go in that direction. Well, if you're missing a little bit of width in that arc, how are you going to go that way? It's like if I wanted to spray some water in that direction, I'm going to bring my hand along the surface of the water. I'm going to see how I'm moving the water in that direction. If I go straight up and down, all I'm doing is making a big splash and nothing's going that way. So it's the same thing here. I want to have a nice width so I can send my energy in that direction. So if you swing back and through without stopping and just cut grass in both directions. Cut grass, cut grass, cut grass, cut grass. Notice where I'm cutting the grass, by the way. Cutting grass after the ball in that direction. So notice how nice and wide that is, then fold and hinge, and then it cuts grass on the lead side of the ball in that direction. If I let gravity take care of my wrists, and I'm not pushing down on them in any way, and you'll notice in our next video, there's a wonderful drill by Mr. Paul Bertheley. And I'll give you a little indication of it right now. So he holds the club this way, brings the club up, and then as you come down, instead of, for all of you who tend to push on the club on the way down thinking you need to square it up. And oftentimes I'll ask a student, go to the top of the swing and stop, and I'll put my hands on theirs. And I said, okay, let's come down in slow motion. I always feel they're pushing on the club this way. There's a tension pushing out. And well, if you're going fishing and you want your lure to go that way, that's not going to work. You're going to the parking lot and you don't want to go down into the beach. You want to go beyond those and out into that ocean over there. That's where you want to feel that release of that lure. And we actually have a long pole that we're practicing with right now, that long casting, which is really, really cool. And so much of the elements of the golf swing are included and involved in that motion. So back to our programming. The wrists. Release, release. Let them release, let them release. So in slow motion, it's coming down first, releasing through nice and wide, then it folds and it hinges. So if you do this perpetual motion drill back and through without stopping, and all you got to do is just cut grass, and then see where the wrists want to fold themselves. Your anatomy is already built for this. So it isn't your conscious mind's, responsibility to focus on where to hinge the wrists. You just want to be aware of when they do. And then when you get to the ball, you get set up, you say, okay, I feel like I'm already swinging back and through without stopping. I'll just gather and release. And that felt like everything released for me. Look at that. Nice 175-yard 7-iron with absolute ease. And that release just felt terrific. I had a beautiful draw there, nice spin, good launch angle, about 17.5 degrees, good height, about 105 feet. So I get in my setup, I feel the weight of my instrument, I'm already in my follow-through, now I'm gathering into my backswing, and then I'm letting the weight of the club release me in that direction. 175 carry, right on the center line. So listen to where gravity wants to place you in both directions. Allow the weight of the club to release you. And we have all this information in spades on our premium channel. In the premium channel, we talk about trail hand release, lead hand release, fine-tuning in your release, fine-tuning in your arm motion. So you really get to pick up the right sensations and the right feelings in the swing, and so that you're able to allow it to happen for you. And that's the real key. We're not here to manipulate ourselves to death, which, by the way, there's another video entitled Anti-Manipulation, and the beautiful teachings of Gabrielle Wolf, who's at UNLV, and she's a specialist in sports science and in kinesiology. And we've learned so much from her, and we hope we say hi. Hey, Gabby, nice to hope everything's good out there, and see you in the next video. All the best, you guys, and good luck on the contest. Looking forward to seeing who wins.